And we return to Spirit of the Century, where we're busy with making some characters. So, let's get back into that. We were all busy doing the guest appearance phase. And before we continue, I wanted to point out, you don't when you make with your character make a guest appearance in somebody else's story, you don't necessarily have to like just follow the narrative of the story. You can, for instance, make up like a sort of, well, not necessarily a side story, but you can make up a detail of your own that also happened that coincides with that coincides with the story. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can put in an extra complication, or I like that.
Yeah, or maybe like an extra character for some reason. Your arch nemesis was also involved for some reason. For instance,
unholy alliance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because in Dries' case, we basically followed Richard's story to the letter. We just put Dries in there, or Dries' character, I mean. But you don't necessarily have to do it exactly like that.
Nope.
Just saying.
Yeah, but it would be weird if I would suddenly be in there. What the hell am I doing here? How did I get here?
Obviously. But,
yes.
Anyway, who wants to go next?
Me. I
Yes.
would like to make a guest appearance in Dr. Stoltz's invasion of prismatic pylons.
Okay.
Because of a
Germans.
prismatic what?
They're both Germans.
Yes,
Indeed. Because of a prismatic pylon incident's link with his home country,
Of course.
Ferdinand Fausten hears about it, and as an intelligent person, he also figures out the next striking location of the pylons somehow.
Okay.
There he meets Dr. Stoltz and helps him in the fight against the cyber dinosaurs. When they find the hive mind, Ferdinand Fausten tries to confuse it with philosophy to buy Dr. Stoltz's time for something.
He tries to reason with the hive mind. Good idea.
Yes, indeed.
Well,
I actually like that story. That's pretty cool.
Yes, because
For instance, in the Rumble with the Dinosaurs, it could be Ferdinand Faust that urges the cerebral doctor, Dr. Stoltz, to start shoot them. Don't do science. Start shooting them.
I think Spoofnum wasn't done.
Indeed.
Let's let him finish.
In individuals, insanity is rare, but in groups, parties, nations, and epochs, and I argue that in hive minds as well, it is the rule. And when he goes on to give out examples and how they relate to a hive mind to further his point.
I like it. So, and actually, it's pretty interesting because I don't think Dr. Stoltz would reason with the thing. I think he just wanted to blast it, right?
I have the perfect weapon for it. I mean, yeah.
So yeah, and then Fausten comes in and he tries to reason and talk to it. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least
Does unearthing both the dogged determination of the damn critter, and not only the dogged determination for destruction of the critter, but also relaying some of his weak points.
Mm-hmm. Also,
here you go.
I just came up for with an hilarious. Hey, that's a good picture. I just came up with an hilarious name for basically how we can call their team up. Prussian power.
Wow.
Yes, let's.
Prussian power. Sorry. So, maybe first aspect is that you try to reason with the hive mind?
Meh.
Meh?
Something about that, indeed.
Oh, okay. That's not what meh
No.
means.
A man... the aspect is, a man without reason is tantamount to treason.
Well, it sounds good, but let's see. I was thinking more of the power of philosophy, or
just the classical
I-
knowledge
wait.
power. I don't know.
TRU.
there's that. Something like
I see.
stock in soliquidism,
AL.
Panic
something
mightier
like
than a
that.
sword.
or
Then space.
yes, that,
And
or
TRU.
yes. First
MENT.
weapon, rhetorica, the first weapon of resort.
Reason before madness.
Yeah, for
Which
instance.
is also a good contrast for Dr. Stoltz, who's kind of mad.
I am not mad, I am merely slightly miffed.
But
Well,
the second
let's be
aspect should
fair.
definitely be Prussian power.
Well, actually, that second aspect is fine. The first aspect is good for Spufnum, but the first aspect for Dawa is opportunistic.
Dawa doesn't need to come up
Because-
with an aspect here.
Yes,
not?
that's true.
No, because because Spufnum's character is appearing in Dr. Stoltz's adventure.
Yes, so my aspects come when I break into your stories.
Yes.
Oh, so I figured they would both share the aspect.
No.
No, but nope.
Reason with madness?
Okay,
No, I
that
said
was-
reason before madness. Isn't that
Yeah.
better?
But I was gonna say if like you wanted to do that, because Spufnum came in and his character reasoned with the hive mind. While he was reasoning with the hive mind, Dr. Stoltz did what he was doing and blasted away the hive mind. So opportunistic.
Mm-hmm.
He saw his opportunity and took it.
Well, if Dawa wants that aspect, he can still get it, but he'll need to incorporate into basically another story, fortunately.
Yes, indeed. And for that I will, but that's for later. We only have one sort of aspect for Spufnum's, Ferdinand Faust's appearance in the invasion of the prismatic pylons. So,
Yeah,
are you
but
happy with? Let's continue with that one.
yeah, reason before madness, and the second one I thought was Prussian power. Or don't you like Prussian power?
Why Prussian?
Germany, Prussian, yeah. Prussia is more or less Germany, right? For the
Russia is
war?
one of the provinces of Germany.
Yeah, but they were kind of that's where Kaiser Wilhelm basically was.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, Prussian was in ascendance during the 1920s.
Yeah.
But that I need to check up on.
Didn't they call it the Prussian Empire, not the German Empire back then?
Good point. I
Yeah.
have.
Instrument.
Well, the Kingdom of Prussia was a German kingdom.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that.
Or you could say my character's not from Prussia, then then I rest my case. I mean,
Well,
I'm shutting up.
at least somewhere that would be near the front lines of the battle or something. Because
Yeah, but
well,
Spufnum, if you don't like Prussian power, we can come up with something else. No problem.
Exactly.
That's just one of the first
yeah.
things that popped in my mind.
Yes.
Oh, the power of philosophy.
Yeah, actually, you don't have any philosophy aspects yet.
but I sort of thought the reason before madness could be.
Not really. That just means you want to talk before you start attacking stuff. That's more or less what I thought reason before madness means.
Maybe.
That you
Also
prefer to
reason-
use your mind before you start hitting things.
Also, philosophy is the science of reasoning. isn't it?
Sort of, yes.
The
I can
power
just-
of philosophical reasoning.
I can just imagine that if I ever were to do something Cthulhu related in Spirit of the Century, you'd be using Reason Before Madness all the time.
He'd be like, tap a fate point, reason before madness. Tap. A
I'm
fate
not
point,
going
reason
insane.
before
Reason
madness.
Before Madness. Reroll. I like it. Okay, cool. Of course, Doctor. Of course, that's so logical. That of course, Faustin has to appear in Doctor Stoltz's adventure.
Indeed. It's,
Yeah, but Germans.
Prussian power.
Yeah.
Pride of the Prussian nation.
Yes. Okay, so cool. That takes care of that. Who wants to make the next
Wait.
appearance?
Which two aspects did we choose for? Did Spoofum choose? Sorry.
A reason before madness and the power of philosophy.
Ah, yeah.
All right. Let's see. Both very positive. Both very positive. Okay.
I know, but that one not like I said. Not all. You have to have some negative ones in there, but they don't all have to have a negative side to it. I just taking the examples out of the book.
Very well.
Yeah, even one of the aspects of one of the characters in the book just like says driven, for instance. How is that negative?
Are you kidding me?
Yes, one of the example characters has.
No. I mean, you can't see how being driven is a bad thing. Anyway, shall we carry on?
I think it's
people don't
okay.
want to- Okay.
He has plenty of other ones that are negative anyway.
Very well.
Anyway, who wants to go next? I'll stay until next.
Well, give me a small recap of what Drees's one was.
Hold on. Basically, okay, in the beginning of the story, Drees's character kills off his mentor, thus getting the Sacred Spear. And then later, a masked man calling himself the Investor gathers a group of gold seekers, and they set out to find the city of El Dorado. He finds out about that, and he starts in the shadow, starts taking out the gold seekers one by one, guerrilla style. But the Investor sneaks away and finds an old temple where he finds a ritual to summon the undead. And basically, Shadow goes to confront him, and it's revealed he's actually the demon conquistador Cortez. And we didn't really bring it up, but I guess they had a fight, but Cortez managed to escape.
No, they didn't have a fight. He just said from now I have the what was it again? He said from I know fighting you one-on-one is a fool's errand, but now I have the means to summon my army, and he uses his demonic powers to escape into the darkness of the jungle.
Yeah, let's say he disappeared in a burst of fire or something. Yeah.
Okay, so small adjustment to his story.
Okay.
The Investor, he hires a bunch of gold seekers, and they go and they try and find it. And as Drees's character begins to fight them, Arcane Commando Hex was sent on a mission to find out who this Investor is, because he sort of matches the description of someone who dabbled in the occult in America.
Okay.
And because of this, he needs to find out who he is and find out what he knows about the occult, because he
Hold on,
seems
Richard.
to have...
Can I stop you there?
ulterior motives.
Let's just say maybe you already heard from your contacts in Brazil that the investor has or was already known to have dabbled in all sorts of dark practices.
Yeah. Okay. That'll
I
work.
think that's less of a
And-
stretch.
Okay. So, from my contacts in Brazil, I knew that the investor had already dabbled in the occult, so I went to investigate. And as I went to investigate, I saw my friend, the Mayan warrior.
He wasn't
with
your
the
friend
spear
yet.
in hand.
It's the first time you
No,
met him.
No, the first time I met him was when he helped in my fight.
No.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, no,
This
that
is
makes no
gonna be
sense. That makes no sense because he technically
No,
didn't go out adventuring before he had the spear, right, Reese?
And also, in my adventure, Cortez just found the papers for the artifacts, so it would be stupid that he goes for the artifacts first and then for the resurrection spell.
I just
okay.
realized something,
Because he
Grease.
didn't know what he needed.
I
What?
realized something, Grease. Your mentor character is extraordinarily long-lived
Mm-hmm.
because he died after the First World War. So yeah.
Well, my character was actually never in the First World War.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but most mentors disappear or
time.
die during the First World War.
well,
Just want you to know that. But anyway, it's just a detail. I just realized that all of a sudden that his mentor is long-lived.
I did mention last time my mentor is the only one that's still alive.
Anyway, continue, Richard.
Okay, so this will be the first time they've met. Basically, he sees this Mayan warrior fighting against all these gold seekers, and with ease. So he goes off to try and tackle the investor himself, and he stops him, or he is able to find a way to stop him from actually performing the ritual he needs,
Oh,
even though the investor finds all the stuff, all the information he needs, the papers and everything for what objects he needs to do the ritual, but he is able to actually stop the magic from happening. And at that point, the Mayan warrior comes in and sees him clashing head to head with this guy with these weird, wicked gauntlets. And that's when the demon Cortez reveals who he is, and because he knows that fighting 2-on-1, he would be instantly incinerated. And he flees.
okay.
It seems you're taking my villain hat on, and I don't like that.
No, hold on. Let me tell you my version.
Okay.
Anyway,
No, he doesn't take him head on.
Richard?
He's...
Yeah, but it seems
I-
again
may
like
I?
in...
Yeah, go ahead.
I can meet you guys in the middle. Bill Hex goes to
Okay.
investigate the occult doings of the investor. He meets the Mayan warrior, a shadow, during his fight against the gold seeker. And Bill is able to slow down the investor long enough for the shadow of the jungle arrived. And then, of course, the investor, seeing that he can't take them both on at the same time, of course, makes his escape. Do you like that better, Dries? He slows them down long enough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, do you like that better, Dries?
It's up to you.
Um,
It's your story.
But you got a point though, because like I said before, you're supposed to be a guest star. You take a back seat.
uh-huh.
There's even
Okay.
in one of the
Because I'm
examples.
fighting the minions and you're going after the main villain.
Yeah, that's a good
Dude.
point.
Okay.
In one of the,
then-
may I please? This is important.
Yeah.
In one of the example characters in the book, there's even in one of his guest appearances, he even gets kidnapped by the main villain. So there. Remember, you're taking a back seat. The character who's the star in the story is the main focus. He's the hero.
Wait a minute. I have an idea then.
Yes.
Oh, but you must also realize that your magic is not his magic. You are not familiar with his type of magic.
To clarify what Dries says, Cortez's magic is more drawn from a divine source, meaning a dark god, while Hex's magic is more like arcane in nature, right?
Yeah, because he got his knowledge from spending time with the Mayan dead gods.
Yeah.
It's boring here. What should I do for 100 years? I can teach you stuff. Interesting.
I have an idea then.
Okay.
Okay, what happens is while Hex is trying to, find the investor and deal with him, the investor is able to sneak up on Hex and knock him out. He takes him to the temple, where he is analyzing the gauntlets and analyzing the hexes on the gauntlets. And he's trying to figure out how to incorporate that into the relics and into the ritual to make it work properly. And that's when the shadow shows up to save the day.
Okay, I
or
like
actually
that.
he wants to try to do the ritual already, or actually a part of the ritual to cast a search spell or a locator spell.
I just thought of something.
What?
Okay, the investor Cortez, let's just call him Cortez, he's Cortez. Cortez goes, these are powerful magical artifacts. Perhaps I can use these to complete the ritual. So he tries to do the spell with Hex's artifacts, but it completely backfires and summons some sort of horrible eldritch abomination. So you guys have to team up to fight this horrible tentacle monster, and meanwhile Cortez goes, "Boo! I'm going to complete my plan. There's nothing you can do. Goodbye." How do you like that?
I could work with that.
So, and there's a climax at the end. Instead of Cortez running away, there's a monster you need to fight. He still runs away, but you get a climactic battle at the end.
And then after that, he follows Cortez to my story, or at least tries to, and realizes that there are artifacts in my story that he could use, and then he sees me, and obviously we team up because we knew each other.
Yeah, good point.
Or probably because he's more knowledgeable in the arcane arts, he knows hex that rings a bell from the previous century.
Yeah,
Exactly.
who knows? Maybe Cortez already ran into the previous hex once.
Oh, dude.
I like it.
Jonah Hex and Cortez would have duked it out quite a few times with that magic pistol.
Maybe my teacher and your father actually, my teacher gave you the artifact for safekeeping.
Interesting. Or your teacher taught my father about hex runes themselves and trained him to be a centurion. But he didn't want to follow the Mayan gods, so they kind of parted ways. And he found a new...
You're going off into too much details, though. But I like where you're going with this.
That's too much. That is too much.
Okay.
I just like the part where they actually met. My teacher gave your father the artifact for safekeeping across the great ocean.
Guys, I'll tell you the new version, okay? Bill Hex goes to investigate the occult doings of the investor, and he meets the Mayan warrior during his fight against the Gold Seekers. And then Bill goes looking for the investor, but the investor manages to ambush him, and Bill gets knocked out. Cortez then tries to use Hex artifacts to try to complete the ritual he was doing, but the ritual backfires, and it ends up summoning an out-of-control eldritch abomination instead. The two heroes have to team up to fight the tentacled terror while Cortez escapes. There you go.
That works.
Okay. So, what two aspects are we gonna put in there, Dries? Oh wait, it was Richard's story. I was completely confused. Richard, what are we gonna put in there? Let's see.
Well, one aspect, it would have to do with him being ambushed, and it could be like alert and watchful.
Okay, and maybe another one could be that you're on the hunt for all sorts of occult bad guys. That you hunt them.
I think I've already got an aspect like that, though.
No, I don't think so. Obsessively searching for his father, instructed in the blah blah blah. No, not really. It says you're fascinated with dark seas, but it doesn't really say you hunt down occultists or something.
Ooh, occultist, like the term.
Ooh,
Occult hunter.
Yeah, so...
Or
Occult
occultism
hunter.
hunter or
Perfect.
something.
No, just a cult hunter.
Occult hunter, yeah, there you go. You can use that. Occult hunter. And what was the second one again? I forgot.
Alert and watchful.
Ah, yes, okay. What do you think of alert and watchful, Dell? I don't like it.
Well, yeah, it's a little bit too bland. How about there's
Keeping an eye out?
I'm thinking something about paranoid I'm thinking along the lines of paranoid observant, something like that. You look too hard for traps, so you freak out people or something like that.
No. I know what to call it. There are ninjas on the lawn.
I get what you mean. I don't get the reference, but
Oh,
yes.
dude, no.
I know something.
It's
Obsessively observant.
ooh, I like it.
Obsessively observant.
Well, when with there are ninjas on the lawn, basically it was one of those things when people used to snort coke and stuff like that. They would always imagine that there'd be either ninjas on the lawn or stuff like that going on, and it's one of those references. It's funny as heck.
Right.
But anyway, we could make it that
Yes,
he doesn't
very
like
funny.
that because of this one time he kind of got creeped out by the whole ambushing thing, and now he's like now he's gotten paranoid about it, and he's constantly on the watch for ambushes.
Okay. Obsessive paranoia.
One thing.
Obsessively observant. Like that?
One thing that I should mention is that this aspect, at the first glance, can cause a lot of differing, since, of course, all the details need to be scrutinized before you can head on, because, obsessively observant. Come on, open the folder. Thank you.
And
Open
I
folder.
am gonna write an explanation next to it, though, so I still understand later what it means. I am gonna write Bill doesn't ever want to get ambushed again, basically. There we go.
Okay. I'm going to check spoofing.
So, occult hunter and obsessively observant. Is that okay for you, Richard?
Yep.
Okay, cool. And then we still got
Me.
Oh yeah.
Wait.
Mhm.
Spoofing was in the Prismatic Pylons adventure.
Exactly.
yes.
Exactly.
Let's see. Where would Dr. Stolt be a natural fit?
Hmm.